Okay, there we go.
There's Miss Vanda.
So
It's
how you doing
always
today, Keith?
doing good, doing good. It's always good to see you.
You too, and howdy in the back. I see your sign says howdy back there.
Little bit of Aggies. Never didn't go to A&M, but was born and bred in Bryan College Station. So uh,
Oh, I didn't know that.
kind of a Texas native. Yes, ma'am. Grandpa came over from Sicily and was a cotton farmer. So near and dear to my heart.
Nice. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you so that I could get to know you a little bit better and find out, your background and what you do and what you're passionate about. I know you like to cook and you're a family man and just kind of want to, find out who Keith Ward is.
Well, good. Well, just kind of a simple Texan, I guess would be the best way to put it. Born and raised in Bryan. Actually went to Stratford High School here in Houston. Graduated from Johnston High School in Austin. Very passionate about my faith. Just thank God for saving me and blessing me, and just taking me as I am and taking me where He wants me to be. So that's probably the biggest thing in my life. And fortunate to be in the mortgage industry as you are too, and have been a loan officer for right around 30 years.
Ooh, that's a lifetime.
It's a long time. Actually, second generation. So I started out, up when I was up at Texas Tech running restaurants, and came back in and just got led to be in the mortgage industry to help serve families, just try and help folks get in their houses and make a difference in this world.
So that's really a passion for you is helping people get into their house.
It's huge. It's absolutely huge. I love working with everybody, but I really enjoy working with first-time home buyers who didn't think they could get into a house.
Hmm.
It just seeing that reality of being able to have if they're a single family dwelling, a backyard for their kids to play in and dogs to run in, and just those things that we sometimes take for granted if you do own a house.
Yeah.
Uh, then watching them build that wealth over time, getting that property appreciation and those values, those are what I'm real passionate about in the business.
Good, good. I could tell that from that last transaction that we had together.
Yes, ma'am. That's so much fun. And you just being the eminent real estate professional that you are one in a million. There
Oh,
there are not
thank
many
you.
people that are out there that really have the compassion and caring that you have, and the education and knowledge combined with it. And that just makes such a huge difference in this world.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
But this is about you.
Okay, but I still get to brag on you a little bit if that's
Okay.
okay.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the loan products that you mentioned first time. What are some of the other loan products that you like to, help people get into a home?
So in a couple other levels, one of them that I think is a little bit unique and it's out there in the market sometimes, but it's some of the medical professional programs. You
Hmm.
have I'm very fortunate. My sister's an orthopedic hand surgeon. A brother-in-law before he passed away was ear, nose, and throat. So I've watched people who are trying to be physicians and doctors, with just unbelievable debt and dedication to get there, and thinking that they can't get a house. And there's some doctor programs that are out there that really help with the student loans. There's 100% financing up to $1 million on some of the programs that are out there. So that's one that I'm real passionate about. Another one is a Home Ready First program. And don't want to go into a whole bunch of detail about it, but there are programs from Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac that are out there that allow people to have grant money. Basically, right now it's right at $6,500 plus the cost of their appraisal, combined with a real estate agent like you that can help them get seller contributions. It can truly, truly help people get over the hurdle of owning a house.
So some of them you mentioned doctors. You would think doctors make all this money, they don't have a problem with getting a house.
Right.
This,
You would think that, but and I'll give you an example just from personal. So I've got a client that I've been working with that, because of the fellowship and the residency that they had to do in their field of specialization, they had 1.6 million in student loans.
oh,
So just totally, I mean, it's expensive and being able to get that, and they'll make that money back over time. But at the initial point in their life, when they're just doing the residency or their fellowship, it absolutely can prevent them from qualifying for a house. So there are those unique programs. There's, of course, bank statement programs, asset depletion. There's just a gamut of opportunities that are out there for someone who's willing to put in the work, um, and someone who's a lender who's willing to help them.
Hmm. Yeah, I know a lot of lenders, once they look at it and see their DTI, they don't have savings, they just, get away with them. But instead, you work with them and keep in touch with them, make sure they're on track to meet their goal.
Right.
Yeah.
I've never worried about money in this industry, and people have asked me that question a lot. I've always just worried about taking care of people, and the financial part of this industry takes care of itself as long as you put people first.
Hmm. Yep, that's what I hear. That's what I hear about you.
Yes, ma'am. Well, and I know this is a little bit about me, but it's a lot about you too. I was just wondering on, with the listings that you've got right now and competing with new construction on a lot of the houses and the incentives that the builders have right now, because they're extremely significant. Do you have any strategies that you're putting in place for resale properties?
Seller financing.
Okay, good, good, good,
Seller
good.
financing, and if they have a low interest rate, assuming that loan.
Thank you. That's one of the things that I wanted to get out there, that a lot of people don't realize, that if they did, an FHA loan or a VA loan originally 3 and 4 years ago, that those loans are assumable with approval.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm
Absolutely.
working with a company that'll help with that gap funding, because you have to either get a second or you have to come in to closing with that money
Yes,
to
ma'am.
close the gap. And I'm working with a company that'll help with that. And as
Good.
far as seller financing, it doesn't always have to be that seller, but someone else can buy that home.
Right.
Then another person can seller finance it from that new owner.
That's why I love you. It's just that the people don't know that. The word doesn't get out that there's a lot of options that are available to get them from out from renting.
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there. You just have to bring it to us. We'll brainstorm it. And for every problem, there's 10 solutions. The
Yes,
first
ma'am.
two, three may not work. You might have to go down to number seven, eight, nine,
Right.
10,
Right.
but one of them will work.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, thank you for that, because that's one of the issues in visiting with a lot of the real estate community that they're having right now, is just, being able to compete with, like I said, the builder incentives that are on the market. So I think that's a great strategy and solution.
Yeah, yeah. Well, good, good. So, what's on the agenda for, rodeo season is coming
Co-
up. Are you doing
Coming
any
on, coming
cook-offs
on.
or
Bar
barbecues or anything like
Barbecue
that?
cook-off Thursday night. Tonight will be sponsors dinner. Tomorrow night I'll be out there for a little bit.
Oh,
Don't have anybody in particular that I'm gonna see at the rodeo, but just, what a great time in Houston, being able to raise all the funds, the scholarships for the kids, just the atmosphere and the community that it builds out there. I'm excited. I love it. My wife is a lifetime committee member out at the rodeo, so it's
okay.
it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I'll be out there tomorrow night.
Tonight it starts though, right?
Yes, the barbecue cook-off does. Tonight will be sponsors dinner, and then tomorrow kind of general public, and then the trail ride will come in. So yeah, just a
Oh,
great Houston tradition.
it really is. I've only been here a few years, but I've gone to the rodeo a few times and had a good time each time I went.
Good. What are you planning on going out this year?
I hadn't decided yet.
Okay.
I hadn't decided yet, so I don't
I'm
know.
gonna I'm gonna go tomorrow early. I've got a couple of appointments in the morning. I'm gonna try and get out there about 2 or 3 before the crowds get out there, and maybe try and leave before they get really bad.
Okay. Well, how can we reach you? I know you just changed companies.
I did, had been with Cornerstone Home Lending, wonderful company for 22 years, and just came over to Prime Lending. So really the easiest way is email would be kward@primelending.com. And then, or my cell phone's always with me, 281-236-6644.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You got anything else you want to your raving fans to know about you?
Man, just anything I can do to help. I've got that servant's heart. Um, and let's just, do what we can to help families get in their homes and get over this affordability crisis. It's critical for the United States to have that home ownership percentage go up. Average wealth of a renter is $6,000 in the United States. Average wealth of a homeowner is $284,000. So,
Wow.
yes, ma'am. Just finish with that interesting statistic. So,
Okay, sounds good.
thank you,
Well, thank
Vanda.
you, and you have a good weekend. Enjoy the rodeo. Don't eat too much,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, ma'am. You have a great one.
All right, you too.
Bye bye.